title. I think I did. Ahem. All right. Test. Mic check. All right. Everything looks as good as it's gonna get, people. How's it going? Man, Pearlie Q in the building. This is the Pearlie Q podcast. PCP. Redesigning. You know what? I need a logo. All my graphics people out there, I need to holler at good Lord, my man that did the Core Boys Radio Show logo for us back in the day, my man Big Preem. I need to see if he's still on Instagram. Last time I checked, he was. It's the logo you see right here, Court Boys Radio Show. Supreme Graphics. I got to get at my man because I need a new one for the PCP, aka Pearlie Q podcast. That's coming. Got to get the branding assets together for that. Anyway. So yeah, for those of y'all who might have tuned in when I did this episode the other day, all right, the Technocrat's conspiracy is there. A Technocrat conspiracy against artists and DJs. I actually did this for those who tuned in. Just want to get this out of the way. The reason why I'm doing it again, if you did catch it the first time, my streaming, my quality was horrible. Okay, I went back and thought I could salvage, some of it, at least most of it. It was just horrible. Okay, so that's why to those who caught this original live, this is why I'm doing it again. Okay, because there were quite a few of you tuned in the first time I did this. So that is the reason why we're doing it again for those who saw it the first time. So with that being said, let's just get into it. Let me make sure my mic's on. Yes, my mic is on. All right, everything looks good. So what are you talking about, Pearlie? What's a Technocrat? Technocrat, basically, let's pull up our good friend Google. It's still our friend. For the most part, it's still our friend. So what is a Technocrat? All right, basically it's a member of a technically skilled elite. So when they talk about the technocratic, I don't even know how to pronounce it, the technocracy, all right, basically, you got the political space, Democrat, that's where it comes from, right? Democrat, Republican, Technocrat. So that's what a Technocrat is. Member of the technically skilled elite. So, very basic example would be, Jeff Bezos. Not really. I'm thinking of Elon Musk. But, Elon Musk, be a Technocrat. He's in the forefront. Technology space. People like Bill Gates, allegedly in the forefront. Even though he can't he can't seem to stop your computer from getting a virus. We're supposed to believe that he's going to save the world with his COVID vax. So, whatever. People like that, Technocrats, right? Your boy, my man, like my man Tomas said the other day, Zuckerberg, you call him Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, okay, would be considered a Technocrat, right? So that's what we're talking about. So let's just pull up. Let's just pull up the this email I got from a platform that we use called Mixcloud. Court Boys Radio Show. We've been on there for years. It is the only platform, believe it or not, There's another one out now, but it's brand new. But Mixcloud is the only platform that's been around for at least the last 5 years. It's been around for longer than that, but that DJs and creators who use so basically for radio shows. Again, we come from the radio, Corporate Radio Show. That is the only place we could put our content, our radio show content, with the copyrighted music, because that is the only platform that pays the licensing, okay, so that the artists get paid. And of course, we pay a subscription to be a part of that platform. Hence, because it's not about, trying to get stuff for free or anything. We obviously know in order to support these artists, the licensing has to be paid, and and so the question here is, if this small, nobody of a platform compared to, of course, Facebook and YouTube. YouTube's different. YouTube actually, they pay the artists get paid. If you use copyrighted music on your YouTube video, any monetization will go to the licensing holders. So YouTube does it right. But as far as social media goes, for DJs, even for artists can't even post their own music on Facebook because it'll get taken down. Because there's no way to prove that you own it. Or they don't care. I don't know. Because they don't want to pay. All right, that's the idea. So let me pull up this email that I got from Mixcloud. Their statement, which they sent out. Title is Takedown Troubles. Artists that get played should get paid. We wanted to reach out to share Mixcloud's recent statement on music licensing. Artists that get played should get paid. This is the foundation of the modern music ecosystem. When streamers and DJs are hit by music copyright takedowns on their platforms, it's because these platforms have not, for whatever reason, secured the right music licenses. They are not paying the artists that are getting played. So that's the big problem. That's why. Okay, that's why they take the music down. When it comes to Facebook, they take it down because they have not set up any way to pay the licensing. Again, it's not about it can't be done. They just haven't done it. They won't do it. So that's why they take it down. We're not going to pay for the licensing, so therefore we're going to take it down, so we don't have to pay. Let me keep going with the email. This is not the fault of musicians or labels. It's down to the platforms. Like I was saying, they choose not to pay the licensing. Often they encourage DJs and artists to use their platforms despite not having the correct music licenses, all the while hiding in the small print of their terms and conditions that you should not use copyrighted music. So a good example of that is, for those who are familiar, D-Nice got a lot of 90s cat. I keep forgetting. Every time I'm going to talk about him, I need to pull out the 12-inch. Anyway, D-Nice was down with BDP. Call me D-Nice, all right? Well, recently he got a lot of, there was a lot of buzz because he was DJing on Instagram. And he actually had a lot of, so he had a lot of, celebrities following him. Like Michelle Obama was one of the people that was allegedly, following him and, his content and stuff. And so he got a lot of buzz out of that. And so that's what they're talking about here, about like encouraging, all right, in a roundabout way. So for some reason, again, he was allowed, They let him do that because he built up a pretty good following DJing on Instagram. But, when it comes to you and me, everybody, again, that's not, you can't do that. They will take it down, right? So that's what they, that's what they mean here. When they said they encourage, they kind of let other people get away with it to make it seem like it's okay. And then when you try to do it, they take it down. You get muted and all that, whatever they do. So it says, many of these platforms are owned by some of the biggest businesses in the world. For example, Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, has recently seen many DMCA takedowns for unlicensed copyrighted music. These huge companies are very willing to use music to grow their businesses, but do they genuinely support the music ecosystem if they are not paying royalties to the artists? That's a good question. And the answer would be, yeah, if you're not willing to even attempt to pay the licensing, then you don't support the artist. In my opinion, that's a very easy question to answer. Goes on to say, Mixcloud, an independent streaming platform with a fraction of the resources of larger corporations, has invested the time and money into getting the right licenses. That is why music takedowns do not happen on Mixcloud. So in a nice way, and I've been saying this for a long time. Everybody, if you know me, you've had a conversation with me about this. I've been saying this for years. Why aren't they doing it? Because again, we've been on Mixcloud. We know it, and just by being there, we know, okay, Mixcloud can take care of the licensing so that we can upload our content there. Then why aren't these other huge platforms? Well, again, it's not about, it's not about money. It's just, again, why, they just don't want to do it. That was the question. I've been asking that question for years, and then finally I finally came to the realization that, they just don't want to do it. But let me know what you guys think. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. So I like how they said that there. But again, in a nice way, they're saying, hey, we could make sure the licensing gets paid. We're basically a little mom and pop operation compared to these other platforms. So basically calling them out, which I like. Yeah, like come on, Zuckerberg. What's the deal? Why don't you want to support, son? It goes on to say, so if you love music and care about the future of this ecosystem, then it's up to us, up to all of us, to choose a streaming platform that does the right thing. Sign up for Mixcloud Pro trial, blah, blah, blah. And yes, we support Mixcloud, and yes, and if you're a DJ, you should be on there, okay? Because that's really the only platform that you can really put your as a DJ, you can put your mixes up there. You can do your, for us, we do our show, put it up there. That's the only place you can do it and support and not get taken down. It's the only way you can do it right. So hence the question, what's the deal? Is there a conspiracy to there seems to be a conspiracy because they're not doing it. None of them. Okay, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter. I mean, now we still have our show on Twitter and Periscope, which Periscope is the live, component of Twitter. We don't have any issues with takedowns yet, but they're not paying licensing, so it's only a matter of time. Same thing with Twitch. I don't do the music. That's what I mean. I just don't bother because it's not worth it, right? But from what I understand, I do know people that are streaming music on Twitch. Shout out to my man Benny RC. I know he's one that he has a Slow Jam show, the Godfather of Love. If you want to look him up, look up Benny RC on Twitch if you like slow jams. He's doing his show on Twitch, and he hasn't had any issues as of yet. But again, it's only a matter of time, because they're not we do know one thing: they're not paying the licensing, and they're not attempting to try to. So, what's the deal? I don't know. You guys let me know. Do you? What's, why this, it's obviously some kind of conspiracy not to. They've all agreed not to do it, it seems like. With that being said, make sure you follow us on Mixcloud, all right? You can find us, all right, Pearlie Q on Mixcloud, all right? Just look us up, Pearlie Q, Pearlie Q everywhere, I think. Either that Court Boys radio show, of course, but Pearlie Q on Mixcloud, I think it's Mixcloud Select /Pearlie Q. The links are in the description. They always are. And yes, if you want, to get the full treatment of the show with the music and everything, you need to be. That's the only place we can give all of that to you. We can give you all this work. We can only do it on Mixcloud, people. So that is what's going on there. Just checking. Okay, there's my. Making sure my chat was on. All right, so yeah, that's it. Very interesting, statement. I mean, not interesting. It just made me, when they sent that email, just confirmed everything for me, because for a while, again, nobody, I've been trying to research this. Man, why don't they just pay the licensing? Like, it's not like they don't have, the money. Like, they wouldn't even have to pay for it. They could do like Mixcloud and all, we pay it's a subscription model. We just pay, for the pro account, and therefore we can monetize, you guys can subscribe. We could set, and a monthly subscription, kind of like, Patreon, it's like, even, why don't they just do that? If it's about being cheap and not wanting to pay out of pocket. How many people are on Facebook? Like over 1 billion people, some nonsense, last time I checked. Again, money is not the object, it's obviously not that. They just don't want to do it. But like they said, in the statement, Mixcloud said in the statement, they want artists, we're kind of, and content creators, we're enticed. They want us on their platforms, and they want us as creators on there, and they want our audience. They want everybody on there interacting and having a great time. But they won't support creators, like they should. They won't support the music artists as far as the licensing goes. So that's that's something that it is what it is. Their silence says everything to me. Somebody doesn't say anything when they're totally silent, that kind of says it all, right? And I've looked everywhere. What's the deal? I found like 2 articles that, that talked about, okay, the licensing. They kind of made it sound like, well, there's just so much involved. But then all that goes out the window, because we know that Mixcloud straightened it out years ago. They've been doing it. So again, all that, that's what I found, like some propaganda trying to make it look like that, the licensing bodies are just being difficult and they couldn't come to an agreement. It's not even that, man. It's not even all that, And like I said, I have yet to find a statement from Facebook, or Twitter or Twitch. Well, I haven't looked at Twitch, but I was looking for a while. I was looking, trying to find something from Facebook on music licensing. Are you guys going to do it? What do you plan on doing? Like, either yes or no. I mean, I just couldn't, you just can't find anything, And that's basically the way Facebook works. You really don't know, people, you don't talk to people at Facebook. Like, you don't know what they're doing. They don't want to talk to you, so there's no way to know what's really going on when it comes to stuff like this. But yet, you turn on the news, you'll see Zuckerberg. You know, he's always at some damn Senate hearing or some nonsense. It's like, what the hell they're talking about in there? I know, privacy and all that, whatever. You know, but you know, simple question. You know, simple things that again, the customers would like to know. They're you know, they're totally, it's crickets. You know, it's crickets. So I thought that was interesting. You guys let me know what you think. It's obvious they don't want to do it, and they're not going to do it. So again, we encourage you to go ahead and make sure you're following us on Mixcloud, where you can get Digging in the Crates and the Court Boys Radio Show. You know, all this music you see behind me, that's where it is on Mixcloud. That's where you can access it, okay, as far as our content goes. And there's plenty other you know, good, there's plenty of creators there, all right, especially if you're in the hip-hop space. You know, like we are, there's a lot of good content there, right? A lot of good shows there. So come and follow us and join us on Mixcloud, all right? That's it for this episode. That's all I got for this one. We will see you guys. It's your man Pearlie Q, of course, for the Pearlie Q podcast. And we'll see you guys in the next video.